Hey guys, this is gamercal, and this is definitely not what one would expect for just now. Yeah, this is Undefined Fantastic Object, Touhou 12. No, I am not doing an LP of this just now, however, something rather random came up earlier, which I am now going to show. It is a replay, of course, of the extra stage with ReimuA. Now, I'm not exactly going to, say too much apart from what's in the title, because it was actually a pretty good run overall, but I decided I would be crazy enough to attempt to do this without any focus whatsoever. That's right, the shift key was totally not pressed during any of this run at all. Utterly ridiculous, I know, but hear me out, it's good, we'll see it. So yeah, I do that first bit completely riskily, and the main difference, of course, with no focus stuff is that I can't make the needles more concentrated in the, center region, and that's kind of annoying because I would really like to have that sort of thing available, but it's fine. ReimuA is decently powerful even without focus in the middle because of the way those needles stack up, so providing I'm, right underneath the enemies anyway, it's perfectly fine. This is about the only aimed section out of everything. I mean, there are some other bits which are aimed, but that's the major thing. Now, here's the problem with ReimuA compared to Marisa A. ReimuA's needles are slightly more powerful than the lasers, but unfortunately they don't pierce stuff. So actually, Reimu is a lot harder to clear, effectively clear those enemies with right there, whilst the UFO is on the screen. That's why I did things in a very roundabout way that I did there, however I still got the max resources from it, so there we go. Now, Kogasa over here is actually hit and miss. It's a fair bit scarier with no focus. This in particular is very scary without focus. It's this sort of thing is practically like slow, dense stuff anyway, and that is done a lot better with focus, of course. However, with a very slight bit of luck at one point there, that worked perfectly fine. This spell, I tend to do this spell unfocused anyway, so this doesn't affect the way I play this one. It's just as easy or just as hard without it. I try and restrict myself to vertical only movement unless I see Kogasa is going significantly out of the range of my attacks. It's more significant with Marisa, but yeah. And then this one, it's not too bad. It's a little bit scarier when with unfocused because I can't kill it this fast. So basically, it ends up getting a little bit narrower than I would like, and with the speed stuff appears at, it gets relatively scary if you don't kill it quickly. Luckily, that is exactly what I do here, and I'm fast enough to get up to get the extra life at the POC and get myself down to do this. This isn't that hard a section, it's just a random fire, especially with Reimu's slower speed, can trip you up. Now, this bit's really fun, but again, kind of hard. The idea is that fairy is aiming stuff at you, and my main aim for this was to get the UFO up so that I could start actually collecting items and stuff, and my computer is lagging a little bit during this. This is why it's not a live play. But yeah, I pretty much wanted to get another extra life out of this because I figured I would probably need it, so that's what I focused my attention on. It's really quite a fun section to do. It's actually very possible to do without UFOs as well, but if I can get them then I will. And of course, navigating round, we get ourselves a red UFO, just collect the blue ones because they're in the way. My idea was to get the green ones again afterwards, but yeah, struggled to get it killed, but that actually worked in my favour because then it meant that I could get that, and unfortunately I collect the blue one there instead, so that's pretty much my UFO collecting done. If I hadn't have collected that, then I would have been able to get another extra bomb and a piece, which would have been nice, but I don't know. This bit's very simple streaming. If one gets past you, which it will at that section there, just move up the screen. It's really easy. And we're going to skip the text whenever I remember, just because I wanted to get onto the fight at this point. This wasn't really looking at text-wise. Anyway, perfect unfocused stage is really quite good though. And UFO starts off with a pretty simple card here, but Again, you've got to start off somewhere, right? It's not even a card, it's a non-card, but whatever. Peaceful Dark Clouds, as you can see, I've never failed this yet, and I've tried this every time but one without focus. So yeah, I am generally pretty good at this one. It catches you the first time you play it, and unless you're really unlucky, that's the only time it'll catch you, but sometimes it does get in your way a bit. Now, this non-card is actually kind of annoying with no focus, because yeah, it's difficult to get the precision right there. And then on Red UFO, it's simple misdirection. I missed it the first time I did this, but without focus. Only because it takes a fair bit longer to capture when it's no focus because of the lowered power, on UA herself. All of the needles can't attack her, so takes a bit longer. So long as you kill one particular UFO on the way down, then it's generally okay. This, on the other hand, hatred, pure hatred. I hate this normally, but trying to do this unfocused as well, I tried this about 5 times, and well, 4 times even, and I only got it once. So yeah. Snake Show, I think I died the first time I did this, which was with focus stuff, just because I was stupid, but it's really, really easy, even when you're unfocused all the time. It's just very, very simple left-right movement. There's enough time to anticipate the lasers coming down, and there's nothing to it. ReimuA still has a decent amount of power, as we've said, and this one, well, it's the same non-card as the last time, but it's slower, and there's 2 of them cycling round, but the fact of it's a lot slower makes it a lot easier. There we go. Now, Blue UFO, you want to kill this one right here, and this one that come down. If you can kill those 2, either side that they come down, you're generally in a very good position for this. The only problem is sometimes trying to do it because of the other lasers which are coming down from the top. Sometimes your movement is restricted to the point where that's not actually possible, but it was very easy this time, and that's one of the easier captures I've had of that. Now here's where we start seeing, not really that difficult of stuff, but it still is very easy to get caught even by that. This, on the other hand, well, it's 2 for 3 when I've done this in unfocused mode. This is really very, very easy under normal circumstances, but when you want to do it unfocused, the tight dodging actually becomes scarily difficult. The precision when you're not focused, of course, is a lot lower, and the precision of my laptop is apparently a lot lower with lag as well, but yeah, it suddenly becomes actually very scary to try and do this. Very easy card normally, it's just like crossing through the bullets like that, but it is not easy when you're unfocused. Now, bomb piece, of course. The good thing about this fight is that you get 4 bomb pieces, so if you go in with 2/3 of a bomb, you are going to get 2 full bombs out of it still. Which is good, because this card is freaking evil. I get the idea. It's simple. It's basically not really misdirection, but the needles are aimed at you, so if you can find yourself a little pocket where you can sit until the lasers come down, then the needles, you can sort of just basically misdirect them. But the problem is actually trying to do that, and I basically get myself walled there. I think I was safe, but I didn't want to take a chance. I wanted to just get it done. I had a lot of lives, but I didn't want to lose them ridiculously, so that's exactly what we go ahead and do. Just use a bomb because we've got it. Now, this card is non-card even is the same as the last one, but with side moving as well as straight verticals, so it becomes a fair bit harder, but, this time I got lucky and stayed under her. Undefined Darkness is a fair bit of annoying. It doesn't really seem to matter whether I'm focused or unfocused for this, but it's still annoying. The idea is to misdirect UA, and so you can get a vertical attack on her, and basically just, once you've got that, just see if you can stay underneath her and take her out as fast as possible. Otherwise this card gets very, very fast, and it's very difficult to take away, but ReimuA is easily the best one to do that card with, so yeah. And now the same non-spell as before, but with bubbles instead. This is actually a little bit scarier, but, only because of the unfocusedness. Because I can't see where my hitbox is, it becomes a little bit more difficult to do. But it was fine. This card, oh my god, I really do still hate this card, even though it's not that bad anymore. The general idea is to take out one side of the UFOs and then try and get back under UFO in the meantime in order to attack. The problem is, I am, especially with unfocused movement, I am really not very good at doing that, so I basically just go all guns blazing and eventually somehow manage to avoid this. I actually don't know how the hell I managed to survive until this point. But I have, and yeah, we managed to scrape away and actually capture the card unfocused. It's really freaking amazing. Now, survival card, Nightmare of Hyanko, I guess. And whoa, that was mega lag there. Oh my freaking god. Wow, my computer did not like the start of that card. Anyway, this again is like Danmaku Chimera. This card is really not difficult normally up until the last phase, but see, trying to do this unfocused, this is freaking scary. It's very simple, like diagonal based movement, but when you have to do it unfocused, the precision, at least I find, now my precision is really not that good, and freaking hell, it's so scary trying to do this. But we can manage it up until here, and that is fine. Now, I always like to stand in the bottom middle for this, because I like to try and stay as close to the bottom as possible. I don't like to try and go up the top, because I know UFO comes down straight after the card, and will tackle your face if you are in the top middle. Which is really not good. If you're in the top right as well, I think it's dangerous. But, yeah, again, it's not that bad until the last couple of phases, but then this card gets very scary in the last phase, and it's kind of unfortunate. I got clipped there, and not much I could really do. But that's fine, only one death so far, and we go into Grudgebow. Now, again, this is really freaking annoying. This card, I don't know what the hell happened there. I must have moved backwards into a bullet I had already dodged. That was really freaking sucky, but, this card, I have never captured this as far as I remember, even though, you know, it's always the fourth wave I get killed by, but yeah, I try as much as possible for the slower waves at least. I try to move only vertical, because I find that makes it a bit easier. I try and do it for here as well, but I end up getting a little bit caught, and, you know, unfocused precision really wasn't quite there, and it's scary. I actually thought I got hit there, so I was anticipating the death bomb there, that's why I did that one, but it turns out I was completely safe and nothing had to worry, but whatever. Final phase, it's freaking hard. This is the phase which always ends up killing me, and there was no way I was getting through that one unfocused. Hell, even focused I'd have had a really hard time doing that, but that is besides the point, because we have enough survivability that we can get to the end, just dodging bullets at the very last point there, and we are freaking done! No focus run, with only 2 deaths and about 4 bombs. I think, yes, it would have been 4 bombs, because I went into the fight with 4 2/3, so yeah. That's pretty freaking good. It also beat my high score, because my high score was about 205 million, so quite handily beat that too. But yeah, I guess all I want to say really is that when I was trying to do this before, clearing the stupid stage and stuff, all I can say is, Robin, I freaking hated you so much for that, because your little no-focus stuff made me want to do this. And I was really freaking struggling, because I can't do this stage very well as it is. It always catches me out, but eventually got into it, and, you know, once we actually got there, died at Grudgebow a couple of times, but we managed to get a good clear, and that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, it's not an LP or anything, but I guess that's going to be my random update for today. So, thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. It's actually one of the rare exhibits of skill from me, so yeah. Thank you guys again. See you later.